Looking for a healthy meal to make that's gluten-free, dairy-free, and loaded with vegetables? Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Katrina. Welcome to the Organixx channel, where together we just have a lot of fun in the kitchen. We create healthy and tasty recipes. Today we're going to be making a gluten-free, dairy-free lasagna. Let's begin by making our vegan ricotta cheese. In a medium-sized bowl, add 1 cup of cauliflower rice, and you can buy this already pre-made, or you can use fresh or frozen cauliflower, stick it in your food processor, and pulse it up until it's small bite-sized pieces. And now we want to mimic that cheesy flavor, so add in 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast flakes, 1/4 teaspoon of either pink Himalayan or sea salt, 1 tablespoon of heart healthy olive oil, and I have 2 tablespoons here, so I'm just going to take half. Last, I'm going to add in 2 scoops of our Organixx collagens powder. This is completely optional. I love to add it to my recipes because it's tasteless, it's odorless, and it's so good for your digestion. Stir up all of these ingredients and then set it aside. Next, in your skillet, over medium-high heat, add in the remaining tablespoon of olive oil. And heat this up for about 1 minute, and then we're going to add in our onions and garlic. To your heated oil, add 1/2 of a chopped up onion, which is about 1/2 of a cup, and 3 to 4 garlic cloves that have been minced, which is about 1 tablespoon. It really doesn't matter, these measurements don't have to be exact. This is just going to add some flavor to our lasagna. Saute these up for just a couple of minutes until they become fragrant and a little bit loosened. Now let's add in 1 pound of grass-fed organic ground beef. Now if you are vegetarian or vegan, you could absolutely substitute some roasted red bell peppers and mushrooms. They would taste amazing in this recipe. And to this, let's add some spices. I have 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, cayenne pepper, and oregano. Saute your meat up until it's brown. Brown your meat, being sure to incorporate all of the spices. Once your meat is done cooking, remove it from the heat, and then depending on the fat content of the meat that you used, you may want to strain out any extra fat. To this, let's add 2.5 cups of your favorite vegetables. I'm going to add 1.5 cup of chopped up broccoli and 1 cup of shredded carrots. Last, let's add 2 cups of your favorite organic marinara sauce. This is about 4, so I'm going to add in about half. Doesn't have to be exact. And stir this all up together. Now we're ready for the fun part. We're going to assemble our lasagna. In your 8 by 8 inch pan, go ahead and add in just a little bit of marinara sauce on the bottom and spread it around. This is going to prevent the noodles from sticking. It's also a wonderful opportunity to get your hands a little bit dirty. And now we're going to add in a layer of your gluten-free lasagna noodles. So you can either boil them first, which is what I did, or you can use them dry. If you're going to use dry, just be sure to add in about 1/2 of a cup of filtered water into your marinara sauce, because they're going to need that little bit extra of moisture when they're baking in the oven. And if you can't find a really good gluten-free lasagna noodle, why not just substitute it with some gluten-free tortillas? That would work out just perfect. Now let's add in a layer of our vegetable and meat mixture. You want to add in about half. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And this is a great time to get your hands dirty. This is a great time to have your kids come join you. I would have mine join me, but they are not here. They're out playing, which is where they should be, so I'm not complaining. Next, top your vegetables and meat with about 1/2 of a cup of your marinara sauce. It does not have to be exact. Just want to make sure you got some in there on top. And again, you can use your hands and spread it around just a bit. And now we're ready to add in another layer of our lasagna noodles. Next, top your noodles with the other half of your vegetable and meat mixture. Add in about 1/2 cup of your marinara sauce over your meat and your vegetables. You want to have about 1 cup of your marinara sauce left for the very end. And then again, another layer of your noodles. Add in your vegan ricotta cheese on top of the noodles. If you're using, you don't have to do this step. This is an extra step, just if you want to. I knew this was going to be a really tight fit, so be sure to press everything down really well. And now you're going to add in your last layer of noodles, and then we're going to top it with the remaining marinara sauce. Okay, some of my noodles were sticking up just a little bit too much on the edges, and I just took some scissors and trimmed it off, because I don't want those extra shells sticking up and getting really hard, and you want to be able to cover the top with tomato sauce so that the noodles can get nice and soft. So when you're ready, you want to stick this into a preheated oven of 375 for about 45 to 50 minutes. When your lasagna is done cooking, take it out of the oven and let it cool for about 5 to 10 minutes before you try to cut it up, otherwise it turns into a big mess. And then when you're ready to serve it, I would recommend topping it with some freshly chopped basil leaves, which are delicious. As you can see, I've already been munching on this, but I'll take another bite just for fun. That is absolutely delicious. It's heartwarming, it's satisfying. Couple of things. I think you could double the amount of vegetables in here and it would still be awesome. You just might want to reduce the amount of noodles in there. And it just depends on your preferences, what you're looking for. And of course you can completely cut out the cauliflower if that doesn't work for you. I know this recipe is a little bit time intensive, so it just really depends on what works for you. What do you have time to do? Can you use frozen vegetables instead of using fresh in this recipe? Can you double the recipe so that you have some to stick in the refrigerator for the next night and then maybe even the next night? As you can see, this is actually a lot. It's a really thick lasagna, so it makes a lot of delicious food. And the last thing is, it's a little spicy. Why? Because I love my cayenne pepper. So depending on who's going to be eating this, you might want to reduce the amount of cayenne that you use. Give this one a try. I would love to hear back from you and just see how it goes for you. Let me know what your feedback is. If you have any questions about this recipe or comments, be sure to leave it in the comment section below. We love hearing from you. And also, if you want to receive a healthy recipe just like this one every week, be sure to subscribe to our channel. I'll see you next week.